A beautiful development is sprouting in Silverest Extension, and it has set the whole city talking. It's the Horizon Green Village Housing Estate, situated 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 2.5 kilometers off Greatest Road. This eco-friendly development targets savvy Zambians who want to live in a green, clean, orderly but affordable neighborhood. As the Horizon Green Village development was launched, it became clear to everyone who was present that ambience, serenity and class meet affordability at the Green Village. This combination is a rare gem, which is why everyone is now rushing to buy their residence at the Horizon Green Village Estate. So don't be left out. Don't wait until it's late. Make that move right now and invest in the Horizon Green Village development in Lusaka City. Call us on 0972 604 614, 0979 888 970, 0779 707 215. Horizon Green Village, an eco-friendly community.
It's Tuesday evening once again. Welcome to Property Focus Radio program brought to courtesy of Horizon Properties, and I'm your host, Nono Zaza. Now, tonight on the show, we are focusing on the marketing side of things from Horizon Properties. But before we get into tonight's program, here's a notice to all clients that have bought land from Horizon Properties. Now, Horizon Properties Limited are committed to delivering 5-star services efficiently and effectively to all their customers, and they pledge to place integrity, honesty, and diligence at the heart of their service delivery. However, they advise their customers that the obligation to protect the interest in the purchased properties is solely upon you. They wish to strongly advise that you exercise the following simple due diligence measures to secure your property. Ensure that the property is fenced off at its boundaries to prevent squatters, trespassers, illegal entry or encroachment by third parties. Inspect the property from time to time to stay up to date on any suspicious developments on the ground. Assign a responsible and diligent caretaker or overseer, preferably one who is a member of the local community, to keep a lookout on the property if you do not intend to commence development immediately. Always consult a registered surveyor or Horizon Properties officers to assist in beacon sitting and boundary verification whenever unsure. And consult a registered surveyor to assist with site beacons and verify boundaries before you commence development on your property. And ensure that you obtain requisite statutory approvals before commencement of development works. Now, Horizon Properties will not bear responsibility or liability for any squatters, trespassers, illegal entry or encroachment on a property by third parties beyond the conclusion of the sales transaction. They therefore advise all their customers to exercise and apply the above measures as much as possible to avoid being inconvenienced. We now listen to a presentation by Dr. Sokyo Mpindi, CEO from Horizon Properties.
Good evening, listeners. Welcome to this evening Property Focus program brought to you by Horizon Properties, your local expert with a global reach, member of the leading real estate company of the world. Greetings from the Horizon team, and we are happy and excited to be here this evening to continue on our assignment of disseminating information to the public from the property market, real estate market, and matters relating to proper transactions. A few weeks ago, we communicated, we were talking about the differences between goods and services delivery, indicating that this understanding helps service providers to craft strategies that focus on customer service and the quality of customer delivery out of this understanding. The major differences I mentioned between goods and services is that while goods are tangible, services are intangible, and you can't feel a service, but just an experience which you take away. We indicate that you cannot standardize service. Services are heterogeneous because the service delivery and the customer satisfaction depend on employee actions and many other individuals in the environment of service delivery. We indicated that while goods are produced and kept, services are produced and consumed simultaneously, and you cannot keep the service. You cannot keep the service as you keep the goods. And the service is perishable. At the moment it's produced, it's consumed, and it's not there. What remains is an experience. I would like this evening to proceed and disseminate the understanding of the marketing, the service marketing mix. Most of the, I'll go first talk about the traditional marketing mix, and then further expand to the additional marketing, service marketing mix. One of the most basic concepts in marketing is the marketing mix, defined as the elements an organization controls that can be used to satisfy or communicate with the customer. The traditional marketing mix is composed of the 4 P's. Those of you who have studied marketing, even basic marketing, you know about the 4 P's: the product, place, price, place meaning distribution, and promotion. These elements appear as the core decision variables in any marketing plan or decision. The notion of the marketing mix implies that all the variables are interrelated and depend on each other to some extent. Careful management of product, place, promotion, and price would be of essential to use to marketing services. However, the differences I've just mentioned previously in my preamble make it very challenging for the 4 P's to interrelate. For example, if you talk about distribution, you cannot go and get a storeroom for services. So these critical differences make it challenging for service marketers, and therefore it was inevitable. But the service marketers looked for additional variables that could satisfy their customers, and these include the people, the physical evidence, the process. What do I mean by that? The people. As I mentioned on the services, the people refer to all human actors who play a role in the service delivery and thus influence the buyer's perception. These include the firm's, the company's personnel, the customer, and other customers in the service environment. And last time I gave an example that if you go to Tranquil restaurant, you want to have your meal in a peace of mind, with a peace of mind, and you find noisy customers on the next table, the quality of service you receive from this restaurant will be affected by the noise, because you don't have achieved the peaceful environment, but this is affected by the other customers. Therefore, customers in the customer service environment affect the service. Additionally, with the people, the way these people are referred to in the firm's service provider's firm, the way they are dressed, the personal appearance, and the attitude and the attitude and behavior will all influence the customer's perception of the service. That's now the difference between the product and the service, and these are the additional the P's, additional variables. Now, number 2, the physical evidence. The environment in which the service is delivered, where the firm or the customer interact, and any intangible components that facilitate the performance and the communication of the service will affect the service, the quality of the service. I'll give an example. If you go If you go to a hotel, first of all, the reception, how you are received, how the people are dressed at the hotel, the appeal, the decoration, it just has an influence on your judgment of the quality of service and the perception. So this physical evidence is very, very, very important, and is the second P, is the second variable that service marketers added to satisfy or to communicate the customers. So, for example, if you come to our offices, you have an impression, you have an expectation, just the way you come, what you see, and the people you see, and the way they are dressed. It gives you a perception, because a service delivery is a feeling, it's an experience. Some of the physical evidence include, but not limited to, the following. For example, the brochures that talk about your services, the quality. It sends a message that these service providers are serious. The letterhead, the business cards, the signage, the equipment you're using, all this physical evidence goes a long way to communicate to the customer, to the service receiver, the quality of the services that they receive. Number 3, process. This is the actual procedures and mechanism or the flow activities by which the service is delivered. The actual delivery steps, the customer experiences or operational flow of the service also give customers evidence on which to judge your service. How easy is it for someone to come to Horizon Properties and receive SNG services? Very simple and very straightforward. And within the agreed time of delivery, in most cases, we beat the expectation of the customer in terms of sales. In terms of selling, there's customers who attempt to sell their properties for years. You come to Horizon Properties and you find that within 2 months, your property is disposed of. Why? We understand the service provision within our context, within our expertise and experience. So all these processes, we look forward, we craft our strategies, our customer strategies, to make sure that the process flow is not cumbersome. This is how we are judged. And that's why we have remained on top, because we strive to understand these aspects of service delivery. Some of the services are very complicated. You go to receive a service, but you find that it's complex. Some services are very complex, requiring the customer to follow a complicated and extensive series of actions, and the customer fails to understand the logic in these steps. So it's very, very important and critical that customer receive a service in a very clear and a very straightforward customer service delivery. And this is why we have a customer delivery service statement, a commitment upon which we are judged. We have time within which to respond to your query, and we have devoted a system of communication, of open door communication, from how the customer is feeling any complaint or feedback, how it should run. So, listeners, we continue to guide in this area of expertise with regard to real estate services, and to disseminate information so that you know the expectations from either Horizon or any other estate agents, what you should expect as a customer. We thank you for listening to this program, and we are not in doubt that it is beneficial.
Did you know that Lusaka is among the fastest growing cities in the southern region. Did you know that city expansion creates land scarcity, which presents opportunities to bogus and fake land traders? Did you know that Horizon Properties has been diligently selling genuine affordable residential plots and farms to the public for over 20 years? Yes, Horizon Properties is a trusted name and the #1 buyer's partner in affordable residential plots and farms with a track record spanning over 20 years. Remember, buying land from just anyone could be risky. Buy land from the people you know. Buy cheap land from Horizon Properties. Come visit our head office in Woodlands on Chindo Road, right opposite Woodlands A Primary School. Kablonga Shopping Complex, shop number 8, Chindo Road, Lusaka. Lusaka Town Center on the alley behind Lusaka Hotel. Contact our Kablonga office on 0211-260422. Our town office 0211-226902. Horizon Properties, the real property merchants.
Welcome back. You are still listening to Property Focus, brought to you by Horizon Properties. Now, joining me in the studio this evening, I have Bewe Adjan, who is the Sales and Listings Coordinator. We also have Derek Tongo, who is the Sales Projects Officer, as well as the Tandaka Hotel Sales Executive, all from Horizon Properties. Gentlemen, good evening to you, and do welcome to the program this evening.
Good evening, Nono, and thank you so much for having us tonight.
Okay. Your quick reaction there to the doctor's presentation.
Doctor's presentation tonight is insightful, as he, of course, explains customer service. And in my reaction, I think it's only fair that I mention to say the expertise that we have in our company enables us to make improvements in our services delivery activities, because most of the times feedback is given, and we've said it so many times. Like he said, the customer delivery statement, people give us feedback and we consistently improve. And like people always say, it's easy to do something, but very difficult to change a behavior. So the more you get to act in a certain way, it becomes part of you. But this expertise that we have within our company helps us consistently to improve these services that we offer to the public. This is why we're able to come out in the open and bring out, of course, and talk about customer service delivery.
All right. Now, as we enter the last part of the year, how is Horizon Properties positioning itself to help people invest in property? And what advice can you give to those who are getting gratuities that want to invest in real estate during this period? I know you have a lot to say, especially when we're talking about people's benefits here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we'll spare the benefits for tonight, but let's put it out this way. Just like Doc, of course, mentioned, throughout the year, especially this year, you heard him mention to say we built the systems. And I would want to, of course, mention to say we've also developed capacity over the year, especially this year, because there is training almost each and every week. All because of one reason. The client who's at the other side of course, the coin. And in developing this capacity, our goal and our aim has been to ensure to say clients get serviced better. And this is what we talk about most of the times. Like you heard him mentioning to say the customer delivery statement, which is like a benchmark under which we're going to be judged. And I'll challenge you, Nono, to maybe develop some interest and see what is contained in that particular service delivery statement for Horizon Properties. And not to boast, like I have said, in relation to capacity, you know, it's easy to put the words out there, because I've seen a lot of course, companies and people say, no, this is what we're going to do. But the issue is, do people have the capacity to actually get to do what they promise in those statements? And this is what we've strived to achieve this particular year. So despite the systems, we've actually worked on capacity, because we may float a number of properties, let's say, as we go towards the end of the year. We may bring out the promotions, but the issue is, do we have the capacity to actually service these particular clients? And that capacity, as we position ourselves to end the year strong, has been developed. And not just capacity, we've also intensified awareness. I think this year we've brought out a number of topics in terms of customer service delivery, of course, what is expected of an agent as you get to transact. We've gone ahead to talk about even how you conduct viewing. If you're going to inspect a property, what do you look out for? How do you actually get to use your senses to actually get satisfaction as you get to view these particular properties? And that is just a few of what we brought out this year. But a lot has been brought out. And this is so that the public understands as we actually get to service them. And aside from this awareness that we've brought out on a number of platforms, we've also actually gone ahead to secure a number of listings in terms of properties. Because like we said last week on the show, Horizon Properties is a one-stop shop. What we want is that when you get to us, we have the capacity to serve you, and then you find each and every particular product that you are looking for in terms of real estate. If you come now and you tell me to say, no, I've got a 50-pin budget, I would want to buy a plot, let's say, in this particular area, we should be able to service you. And if we can't service you because your budget is low, we should be able to advise you because of the capacity and the expertise that we've gained over time this year and the capacity that we've developed. And aside from these listings, like I'm saying, these listings are also strategic. So we're not just getting each and everything. So they're also strategic. If you want a farm in a certain particular location with a particular budget, we'll tell you, no, what we have is with these kilometers away from the tarmac. If you want something which is closer, please pay this particular amount and we'll give you what you want. Because the idea is that the client should be serviced. And as we position ourselves to end the year, this is being achieved. Especially that we are going towards December. You know, a lot of good things come on. And be rest assured to say what we present, and in a position that we are in, we're definitely ready to serve you. And despite the listings, we've also tailored our services. This time around, I think we are more responsive if you've dealt with us. Send me a message right now. It won't take me 48 hours before I respond to that WhatsApp. Give me a call. It won't be an issue of saying, no, that particular agent does not pay, because those are the issues of the past. Because we understand to say we need to save you, and we've upped our game. So as you actually get to make that inquiry this particular time of the year, be rest assured to say you're going to get what you are definitely looking for. So the services are tailored despite us being on time within 48 hours. If it's a complaint, it's resolved. Us responding within 24 hours. If it's a property that we need to inspect, would have inspected. You can name it. So a lot has been put in place, especially for us to get to this point where we are looking forward to end the year strong and service those clients, especially those that are getting gratuities. Now, I'm at 25% if I know they're still getting.
Well, I think my supervisor here, Mr. Mbewe Adrian, has mentioned everything, really. He's already talked about secure property investing, in the sense that you come to Horizon Properties, you don't have to worry about getting duped or getting yourself involved in property that has got issues or encumbrances, so to say. And then the other part that he's already mentioned is our property portfolio, which is very, very rich, so to say, with different types of property. And even in any particular category of property, you find we've got a wealth or a very rich catalog in that specific area, so to say. When we talk about farmlands, we tell you, no, we have this in the north, we have this in the south, and this in the east and western direction. And when we talk about residential plots, we're talking about, okay, what size would you like? We've got this in this area and all of that. So you are well covered. It's not that, no, our Horizon Properties are much type of farmland. No, we do everything really concerning our real estate. So much so to the point that we're even doing rentals, So we've got everybody covered. And maybe to just speak as to the people that are running into funds in this era or in this season, obviously wanaweza pezeka na mabonus and gratuities and whatever other packages, and are thinking, you know what, where am I going to go to real estate to buy a real estate property? The people that are getting duped and whatnot, so they want to take a conscious move. I would say, Mr. Zaza, there is no other place as Horizon Properties. We're talking about, of course, you coming to a secure environment where you're going to be advised and guided in your procurement process of said investment. Not only that, but then we also don't restrict you. Kambata, no, nikugula be farmland, or rather farmland yanairi iko nikuchabe this particular area, nikuchiawa chabe ukuchinyunyu chabe. No, Mr. Zaza. We're going to say, mufuna enda ku north, kuli na Chivombo, kwa mene kuma northern direction, we're going to take you to Mungule. We've got different areas
for any specific property that one would like. So this is what we bring to the table, and this is what we present, of course, to our clientele. And then maybe just speaking as to the people that are running into funds right now, I would say there's no other time to buy property other than now. And now maybe to even get into the other part of the market of the people that are running into funds now, the first-time property buyers. Of course, generally people are buying property now, or rather the people that are running into funds now. Then there's even that in that category, people that are going to run into funds now and are going to be investing into property for the first time. This is a special category of people that are buying property for the first time. Because you see, when you run into a first-time buyer, especially when we're talking about property, we're talking about capital intensive, or rather require big funds to buy, say, property. You'd find somebody's buying a plot at 150, 200, or even 300. Nindalama Zambidizo, Mr. Zaza. So as a result, they're not only cautious, but take their time as well. And we are the right people to guide them and hold their hand through the process so that they make the right decision. And also we understand, despite them meeting the property that matches up to everything that they want, they'll spend a little bit more time on the edge before they jump and take the plunge to buy the property. But like we've said, we've created a secure environment where your investment is protected, and you can be rest assured that all due diligence procedures have been done, and you're being guided the right way. So I advise you, of course, do not stay on the ledge for too long. Jump in and buy the property, and there's no other place for everybody buying. That is the first-time buyers and people that are into property already. Come to Horizon Properties.
Yeah, and like he said, scammers on the loose. Because as we get towards the end of the year, of course, awareness is being raised. People need to be cautious and not to say you need to deal with the right people. So it's not just about, no, I have the money, I want the property so I can buy at any time. It's also about being cautious. Are you dealing with the right people?
If I was to use a different terminology for that one, for that exact point, it's not only about doing the right thing. It's about doing the right thing the right way.
Exactly. So are you doing the right thing the right way? Because yes, investing in property is the right thing to do. It's the only way to go. But are you doing it the right way? And there's no better place than Horizon Properties, especially Yamene in period Yama graduate.
Mr. Mbewe, there's nothing worse than no nenzofuna at least niguleko property kuja kulilai or Silverest and whatnot, nenzofuna kugula property ninapanga payment nobo peza tipani dupinga. You were going the right way. You're doing the right thing, but you just didn't do it the right way, and as a result, that good thing that you did was literally thrown in your face.
So please, let's be cautious. This particular period, we urge the listeners to do the due diligence and make sure to say you're dealing with Horizon Properties where your investment is secure.
All right. We're going to take a short break for the headlines at 19. We will continue with Property Focus. Do stay tuned.
The station that speaks your mind. No filters, no fakes, just pure fire with top tier presenters. Hot FM at 20.
The heat is on.
Horizon Properties, the real property merchants, offers proficient, time-tested real estate services to all property buyers and sellers. Are you selling or letting? Looking to buy or lease property? We sell and let residential, commercial, and industrial properties, farms and small holdings throughout the country. Our pride is in offering tailor-made services to meet the unique needs of each client, coupled with innovative, effective marketing tactics for each property. Before you buy a plot or farmland, check if Horizon Properties doesn't have it at a cheaper price. Come and experience the proficiency that makes Horizon Properties stand out from the rest. Tried and trusted to deliver to its customers' expectations. We have offices in the following locations: Woodlands Head Office, in Kablonga, on the alley behind Osaka Hotel. Horizon Properties, the real property merchants.
Listening to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. We have Derek now joining us from the Horizon Green Village. How are you doing, Derek?
I'm well known. How are you? And greetings to our listeners.
Good to have you here.
Always a pleasure.
Let's talk about the Horizon Green Village. For a lot of people who've listened, and they always hear you every Tuesday come here and talk about the Horizon Green Village. Let's put it this way. What makes the Horizon Green Village a smart long-term investment, especially in today's market? You know, I think he was just talking about gratuities here, partial pensions or whatever things of that nature. Some people still go to the bank and get loans. What would be the smartest choice to make right now?
Indeed, no. I think when you look at the Green Village and you also look at the concept behind the Green Village, you realize that the main developer, who is Horizon Properties, actually looked at developing a community that will live for a test of time. Okay, so when you look at the pillars that we have always mentioned whenever we're here, when we're talking about the Green Village, that the Green Village is actually anchored on 3 pillars or concepts, if I can mention. So we have the sustainability aspect of the project. We have the affordability aspect of the project when you look at the pricing structure of the plots that we're selling there, and also the modernity aspect. So the modernity aspect speaks to the planning that actually that is on the ground right now, that fulfills the vision, or rather that has acted as a stepping step for us to show that the vision that Horizon Properties had is to actually come up with a modern community, whereas we actually put into consideration all different aspects that would make a community to live for a test of time. So today, Nono, in looking at the question that you've asked me, I would like to draw the attention of our listeners to the regional development plan for Greater Lusaka. Okay, maybe just giving a background to this plan. Lusaka as a city, obviously during the colonial era, it was a city that was planned maybe to cater for at least about 10,000 residents, because it was at that time it was called actually a garden city because of how the planning was done. Different areas had some residential areas and areas with industries, as well as wide streets that had actually the consideration of green spaces. But time moving forward, Lusaka today, Nono, has got over 3 million people. Now imagine you have a city that was planned for about 10,000 people. Now, due to the population increase, population growth, we have over 3 million people living within Lusaka. So, but when you look at this regional development plan, you realize that a government, together with other stakeholders such as the Japan International Cooperation Agency, which is JICA, and other councils, they realized that they need to actually have this plan, which actually started in 2023, from a period of 2023 to 2045. So this plan has other neighboring cities or districts that surround Lusaka, and Chongwe is one of them. You have Chongwe, you have Chilanga, you have got Kafue, you have got Chibombo. All these are actually at the center of this regional development plan. Now, to draw the attention of our listeners today, we realize that Chongwe is the one that actually houses the Green Village. So now, if you are buying into this gated community, remember your question, Nono, is about a smart long-term investment. So when you look at this regional development plan, Chongwe is part of the Greater Lusaka. Okay? So when we're talking about Chongwe, if you are coming on board now, you are investing into an area that has already been considered for a Greater Lusaka. That means there will be more services moving towards Chongwe. There will be more resources that will be pumped into Chongwe to make sure that you are coming up with a city that will encompass different aspects, okay, that would make that city to be more sustainable. So we're talking about improved water sanitation, improved sewerage system, improved road network, and also you talk of economic dynamics as well. Because if Chongwe is part of the Greater Lusaka, which has been planned for this regional development plan, all those aspects that I've mentioned, Nono, they will actually be part of Chongwe. So if you are coming on board now, you are rest assured that you are investing into a gated community that is part of the main regional development plan that has government on board as well. Like I mentioned, better roads, transport network. If the transport network is improved, Nono, we are talking about people moving their goods from one place to the other. And within the locality of Chongwe, if the transport aspect is improved, it means that is ease movement for people, ease movement of goods and services. That would actually improve the economic activities within that area. So if you are investing now, you are guaranteed that you are investing in the right place because you are doing it at the right time when plots are still affordable within the Green Village. I think another aspect, because of the regional development plan, the aspect of a clean and green environment, which is we're already doing as the main developer of the project. And I would like to seize this opportunity to just appreciate our clients, those that have already bought into the Green Village, because they have actually stayed true to the laws and the regulations that the main developer had actually set where sustainability is concerned. And we are glad that the regional development plan for Greater Lusaka, this aspect also has been incorporated, meaning those that have bought into the Green Village and they have stayed true to the regulations that the main developer had actually stated from the word go when we launched the project. It means we are within the plan that government has and other stakeholders, meaning it is us right now that we appreciate those that have actually gone forward and bought into the Green Village and they have built and they are living there. I'll tell you that when you got the Green Village, you realize that people have actually installed solar geysers. People have actually continued to make their spaces green and clean. They have actually adopted the solar systems, and they have gone overboard to even actually sensitize those that are joining the community, because those that have gone before them, they're actually demonstrating the regulations and the sustainable laws that were actually introduced when the project launched. So within the regional development plan, actually we're on course as Horizon Properties, because we believe that what we're advocating for right now, it is what government actually has planned for in the regional development plan for Greater Lusaka. Another point that I would like to make mention is, if you are buying now, you are buying into the Green Village, it means you are actually gaining in the wrong land. Because if you are getting, for example, you are getting a plot in the Green Village today, which is a 20 by 22.5, going at 120,000 kwacha. Give it a few years from now, with a regional development plan that has already been put in place, we can guarantee you, that those plots will actually be going far more than that. And those that are buying now, that is a smart, a long-term investment, because you are guaranteed of what is actually going to happen within Chongwe, because you are looking at one of the cities that are just closer to Lusaka. Because obviously when you look at the unplanned settlements that have actually mushroomed within Lusaka because of due to the increase in population, and also just the migration of people from rural areas coming to Lusaka for them to actually look for greener pastures, you realize that now we're talking about a city that has over 3 million. Okay, but the planning aspect was done to cater for people, about 10,000 people. So now, if cities that are closer to that city have now been incorporated into the greater plan that government has developed, it means those people that are now coming on board to buy into the Green Village, they're actually doing it at the right time. Because a few years from now, obvious plots will be actually finished within the Green Village. Meaning those that would now be coming at a later stage, if maybe by chance you find someone who would like to resell their plot or they want to sell their house, you will now actually be getting those plots at more than what you can imagine right now. So if you are looking for a plot in the Green Village right now, we have got the 30 by 30 plots that are going for 228,000 kwacha. We have got a 20 by 30 plots going for 120,000 kwacha. So this is the right time for those that are listening to us. We're appealing to them to say this is the right time, because you are buying into an area that has already been planned for by the government, looking at the major plan that they have. But also as Horizon Properties now, because of the concept attached to this community, we are giving you these plots at affordable rates. Okay, and if you buy pay maybe a full payment, usually there's a consideration of a discount. Those that would want to buy under a payment plan, we do have a payment plan. So those that are listening to us and you want to come on board, you're wondering when you can view the Green Village, please reach out to us on 077-9707-215. I'll repeat the number, 077-9707-215. That number is on WhatsApp. You can actually give us a direct call, or you can just even give us a direct text. We'll be able to schedule an appointment with you so that you can view the plots and just appreciate how this prestigious gated community is coming up, because this is the future of Silverest, and you can be one of those lucky people that are coming up now to take advantage of the affordable prices that we have on plots. Because remember, the regional development plan for Greater City of Lusaka also has Chongwe in mind, has Chilanga, has Kafue, has Chivombo. So all these areas. But what sets the Green Village apart is that this is a gated community. This is a place where you are more secured, you are buying plots at a more affordable prices, and the planning aspect itself, it is actually on point, because we are building a community that will live for a test of time. So please come through and be able to take advantage of these plots before Chongwe gets fully developed.
All right, thank you so much, Derek. Now, Lutanda, let me bring you in here.
Mr. Zaza.
Let's talk about products. What are some of the hottest listings right now for people who are looking to buy before the year ends? And for someone with a modest budget, small, little money, just some money that I've put aside for small business. What affordable residential plots or small holdings can we get from Horizon Properties right now?
Well, Mr. Zaza, when it comes to the hot listings and more especially on the cheaper aspect, I would then directions yonse. First niambe na west. In the west, Mr. Zaza, we have what we are calling the Westwood residential site. This is right off Mumbwa Road. At the point where you reach the Westwood Police, you turn to the right, and then you move for 3 kilometers off Mumbwa Road on for the most part, a very good gravel road. So what you find on this site are 20 by 30 plots on title that are going at 65,000 kwacha only. So again, like as mentioned, this is an up-and-coming development. What you're going to find on site, 3 kilometers from Westwood Police, that is right along Mumbwa Road. What you're going to find at 20 by 30 is going at 65,000 kwacha only. Again, in case you can't make that outright payment, which we would, of course, give you a discount on cash payment or outright payment, we do offer payment plans as well to assist in those times where you can't just make that one-off payment. So we are very, very much flexible, even despite having just a bill of 65,000 for the 20 by 30s in Westwood. The other site, then, of course, Westwood is in the west. Then now we move to the north, where we have our Katua residential site. Here we have, again, 20 by 30 plots that are 2.7 kilometers off Great North Road, going at 75,000 kwacha only. Again, cash payment attracts a discount. You can also have the option of getting a payment plan to help you, of course, spread this amount over a period of time. We also have in Kafue, now this is heading south. In Kafue, we have residential plots again, 20 by 30s in extent, going at 75,000 kwacha, and they're only 500 meters from the tarred road. So again, this is something very, very affordable. And as mentioned, in the east now, this is the Green Village project that we have, where it is only 1 kilometer from the Chongwe toll gate and 2.5 kilometers off the Greatest Road, where we have 20 by 22.5 plots going at 120,000 kwacha, and where we also have the other size of plots, the 30 by 30 is going at 228,000 kwacha, as mentioned by Mr. Derek Katongo. So again, we have plots in all directions, and this was in the category of course, the under 100,000, and of course the special fitting in of the Green Village project, which is 120,000 kwacha and the 28,000 kwacha for the 20 by 22.5 and the 30 by 30 respectively. Now, to open this up more to various and random directions and places, we have in New Kasama for sale, right in M phase, a 25 by 25 plot on title located along a a well-graded road about 500 meters from the tarmac. This is in M-Phase itself. That's Multi-Facility Economic Zone in Chifwema. Some people do call it New Kasama. So what we have there is a titled 25 by 25 plot, 500 meters from the tarmac, going at 300,000 kwacha only. Another place that comes to mind then, as I mentioned, I would also be getting into we're talking about, of course, rental properties as well. But then before I get into that, we have in Makeni West a plot for sale. This is a 50 by 40 plot located only 2.7 kilometers from Mumbwa Road, turning off Mumbwa Road at Oryx Filling Station, where there was, of course, a former Kasamu school. The property is in a developing neighborhood with power right on site, going at 345,000 kwacha for a 50 by 40 in Makeni West. So this is a very, very good location. People need to jump on that. In terms of rentals, something does come up in Nilai, where we have a 4-bedroomed house featuring a master self-contained bedroom with a walk-in closet, a kitchen with an inbuilt stove, pantry, spacious living room, dining room, inbuilt closets, air conditioners, power backup, carports, motorized gate, and of course a paved yard. This property is enclosed in a wall fence for that security with an electric wire fence and is located 1.6 kilometers from Lilai Road. So this 4-bedroomed house with all these amenities in Lilai is going at 12,000 kwacha every month. That's a rental property. And again in Silverest, we have now for sale, of course. In Silverest, we have a 20 by 30 plot that is located 5.8 kilometers from the Great East Road, turning off at Pakona. The property is in a developing neighborhood with power in very close proximity, going at 85,000 kwacha. So in Silverest, we have a 20 by 30 plot that is located 5.8 kilometers from the Great East Road, going at 85,000 kwacha. If anything does come to mind, I think then it would be, I'll leave it there, Mr. Zaza, looking at as to time.
Maybe just to add on what he said, we have plots in Silverest which are measuring 35 by 30, only 700 meters from the third Great East Road, and these are in an area where you can easily do your house, which is residential, or simply do boarding houses. And the price for these particular plots is only 650,000 kwacha. So these are plots which you can either do residential or simply put up something for business. Like you say, like you all know to say, Silver is now almost each and every person is getting a plot. They're putting up a boarding house because of what's happening there. So please do take advantage of these particular plots, because we only have 4 plots on this particular site. Only 4 plots. So the price is 650 for one, but the plots are 4, measuring 35 by 30. And for those that would want to do installment plans, we are available. We'll take you for viewing and we'll give you an installment plan, which of course we can discuss. And then away from these ones, we have a site visit on Saturday. So this particular site visit will be going to the east. So it's in Chitemalesa area. So slightly after Chongwe town, before Chinyonyo, we have 5-acre portions of land which are only 4.8 kilometers from the Great East Road. So these are on title. So 5 acres on title, 4.8 kilometers from the Great East Road, selling for only 250,000 kwacha. So if you don't have the cash, we give you an installment plan. If you're paying cash, we give you the discount, just like, of course, Derek said. There is a consideration and a discount which is given if you're paying cash. So 5 acres for 250,000 kwacha, 5 acres on title. So Saturday we have a site visit, and if you're someone who would want to join us for this particular site visit, please do send me a message or give me a call after the show on the number 0777 002756. So the number to call for the Saturday site visit for this particular site, which is after Chongwe town, 4.8 kilometers from the Great East Road, is 0777 002756. And then away from this particular site visit and the farm that we have in Chongwe, we have a plot in Lusaka West. So this particular plot is 44 by 21 plot, which is 2.5 kilometers from Mongwe Road, and the price is only 260,000 kwacha. So if you're someone who's been looking for a property in Lusaka West, we have a 44 by 21 plot on title with power lines in close proximity. The plot is only located 2.5 kilometers from Mongwe Road. The price is 260,000 kwacha. So equally this one, you are not restricted to pay off everything at once. You can actually pay in installments. So do give us a call on the number 0777 002752 for this particular plot. And then we have an exciting listing which is in Palavana. This is a 10-acre titled land, ideal for farming or a residential. Let's say you're someone who wants to stay on a bigger plot, on a 10-acre plot. So this particular lot is available for you to buy. It is 13 kilometers from the tarmac on a well-maintained gravel road. And if you want to pick the distance from Crossroads, because a lot of people would want to know how far is it from Crossroads. So from Crossroads all the way up to the plot is about 45 kilometers. And the price for this 10-acre plot is only 1,400,000 kwacha. So equally for this one, if you would want to get it, you simply call the number 0777 002752 or the number 0777 002756. So it is available for those that would want to do installments, and for those of course that would want to do cash payments. That is a consideration who pushing something and no to say you're paying cash. And then away from that, we have an interesting listing in Chaminuka, near Chaminuka. This is a 4-bedroom house with master self-contained and the guest wing on a 17.5 acres farm, and it is on title. So the property also features a farm caretaker's house, which has 4 bedrooms, another worker's house, a borehole, and a 5,000 liters overhead tank. The property is 7 kilometers from the tarmac after Chateauneuf checkpoint, and 4 kilometers from the main Chaminuka gravel road that goes to Kasenga Health Post. So the property is connected to Zesco. The price is only 2,700,000 kwacha. So this is a farm which is close, of course, to CBD. You can simply buy and stay there and do a lot of things. If you don't have plans to stay there now, you can simply rent it out. So the price, like I said, is only 2,700,000 kwacha. Installments are welcome. So these particular properties sit on 17.5 acres. And then away from that, we have an interesting listing which is in Shantumbu on a 29 by 50 plot in a developed area, only 200 meters from Shantumbu Market and close to a clinic and a school. The property has a slab for a 3-bedroom house and a 2-bedroom semi-detached flat with electricity already nearby. In short, Yadishepa Fopi right. The plot is also fenced on 2 sides and has enough space for further developments. So this is a 29 by 50 plot and the price is only 310,000 kwacha. So if you're someone who wants to view and buy, simply call the number 0779 707215. So simply call the number 0779 707215. So the price for this particular plot is only 310. And then away from this, we have 20 by 40 title plots fenced on one side, located 1.3 kilometers from Gorea Road. So these are on title and they're selling for 400,000 kwacha. We have another interesting listing which is in Vona Valley, and it is a 30 by 30 title plot with a 90% complete 2-bedroom house and a slab. The property is located in a developed area about 300 meters from the nearest tarmac. The price is only 550,000 kwacha. The number to call is 0972 784666. So please do call the number 0972 784666 for this particular plot. Then last but not the least, we have a 25 by 30 plot which is in Lilai, which is on title and it's fenced on 2 sides, located only 300 meters from the tarmac. The plot is situated in a developed neighborhood with Vesco power lines on site ideal for residential. So the price for this 25 by 30 plot is only 490,000 kwacha. And the number to call on this particular property is 0776409841. So call the number 0776409841. So installments, of course, are welcome. You view, and then we can agree on an installment plan. And definitely, if you're paying cash, we'll give you a discount.
All right. Obviously, as we're about to wrap up the program this evening, there may be listeners who were attentively taking notes there. Possibly would like to come through to the office, make an appointment, or maybe schedule an appointment to see pieces of plots or land. How can they contact you?
Well, Mr. Zaza, we have offices in a number of locations, namely Woodlands. This is also our construction division and head office. This is right along Chindo Road, opposite Woodlands A Primary School. And then keeping true to Chindo Road, in Kavulonga, along Chindo Road, we are on shop number 8 on Kavulonga Shopping Complex. Right again in on Chindo Road, shop number 8 in Kavulonga Shopping Complex. And in town, we are right on the alley on behind Lusaka Hotel, on the alley behind Lusaka Hotel. And we're very, very easy to contact. You can simply contact our Kavulonga office on the number 0211-260422 or our town office on the number 0211-226902, or simply visit our Facebook pages, Horizon Properties Limited or Horizon Green Village Project.
All right. Adrian, closing remarks, and what can we look forward to? We're closer to getting to November, and we know what November brings, right?
Yeah. So definitely, of course, as we close, we always close the year with a bang. So definitely something big is coming. Like you all know, I think this entire year we've not done promotions. Last year with the auction and all those, but I think this year we're a bit silent. Like I said when we started, there was more of systems, building capacity, and a number of things. But of course, growth comes with a lot of things. And as we end the year, I would want to urge the listeners, of course, to stay glued to our pages. Horizon Properties Limited Facebook page, the Horizon Properties Farmlands page, the Horizon Properties Limited residential page, and of course the Horizon Green Village project page. A lot of exciting deals coming up, a lot of listings coming up, a number of discounts coming up, of course in the month of November and December, and of course you can't afford to miss out. So a lot is coming on, and we are still calling on all those that have property that they want to sell. Our vendors, please, if you would want to sell and have some money for Christmas, this is the right time for you to bring that property. Do not bring it on the 22nd of December and want to close the transaction on the 25th so that you can get money for the money for Christmas. I think that would be unrealistic. So give us the property now so that we can interact with it, profile it, and of course advise you so that we can actually get to sell it for you. So this is the right time. If you're someone who's selling a house in Kalingalinga, Mtendere, Garden, you can name it. Someone who's selling a property in Chiranga, Makeni, Lilai, Chalala, Shantumbu, please do come on board and list these particular properties with us. So we have the numbers available for that you can call. For instance, you can simply get in touch with me on the number 0777-002756 and I will be of help. If I can't move to see that particular property, definitely someone from Horizon Properties will be available to attend to you. Or you can simply call my good friend Mr. Kahuta on the number 0977-800-203. And he would be available to see that particular property. Or you can simply call Derek. Let me allow him to say his number so that you can also interact with him, because you only hear him talk about Green Village. So please interact with him on the agency section if you're selling any property on the number.
On the number 077-9707-215. I'll repeat the number. 077-9707-215.
Yeah, so this particular period, if you have that particular property, please do get in touch with us and we will move to actually ensure to say your property is listed for sale, and not just listed for sale, to ensure to say the property is sold. So please, if it's not Horizon Properties, like I said when we started the show, Kaya, scammers on the roofs.
Wise words right there. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming through.
It's always a pleasure being here, no.
Okay, there you have it. That's it for today's episode of Property Focus. Be sure to catch us next week on Tuesday, just after 18:30, right here on Hot FM. Do stay tuned.
A beautiful development is sprouting in Silverest Extension, and it has set the whole city talking. It's the Horizon Green Village Housing Estate, situated 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 2.5 kilometers off Greatest Road. This eco-friendly development targets savvy Zambians who want to live in a green, clean, orderly, but affordable neighborhood. As the Horizon Green Village development was launched, it became clear to everyone who was present that ambience, serenity, and class meet affordability at the Green Village. This combination is a rare gem, which is why everyone is now rushing to buy their residence at the Horizon Green Village Estate. So don't be left out. Don't wait until it's late. Make that move right now and invest in the Horizon Green Village development in Lusaka City. Call us on 0972 604 614, 0979 888 970, 0779 707 215. Horizon Green Village, an eco-friendly community.